You guys just wouldn't let me not do it. So here it is. Yep, it's come to this. We're doing the Fallout YouTuber playlist, tier list. My god, I don't even know what video I'm making. Anyways, guys, we're gonna be ranking some Fallout YouTubers. Not all of them. I picked some off the top of my head, kinda gathered up some that I was familiar with. There can always be a part 2 if someone that you know isn't on this list. I'm not trying to be exclusive. These are literally the people that I can think of. And we are starting with a pretty good one, in my opinion. ChestBreach. You're getting an A. I'm giving ChestBreach an A because he has constantly entertained me for years with Fallout content. One of the best creators, in my opinion. Super funny guy. Seems to be a good guy. I don't know him personally. Never talked to him or anything like that. But his content would speak to the fact that he is definitely funny. He has a great sense of humor, at least it's right up my alley, and I really like the way that he puts forth his playthroughs. He puts forth playthroughs in an entertaining, funny way, and I wish that I was creative enough to do some of the things that he does. For some reason, I can't nail down that style that well, and he does it perfectly. I love it. ChestBreach, you get an A, sir. Up next, Asynchrony, you're getting an S. The reason I'm giving Asynchrony an S is because the work on his machinimas is fantastic. If you haven't seen the Raiders series, you need to go check it out. One of the funniest series that I've watched. Great editing, terrific channel, and I hope to see more from him. I just love everything that I've seen come out of this guy, especially when it comes to the Fallout machinimas that he's made. Excellent channel, S rank for the editing quality and the story and the humor, just all of the above. Check it out if you haven't seen them. ESO, Fallout and Elder Scrolls Guides, you are getting a B. I'm giving ESO this rank because I like his channel actually quite a bit. I've used it quite a bit. I think that the quality is good and the content is good. The reason it's a lower rank is honestly from a personal opinion standpoint. I think the name is kind of long. Like that does affect it a little bit. I think like ESO, Fallout and Elder Scrolls Guides is like a super long channel name, but at the same time I'm not here to police what somebody's name is. I'm giving him a B because I like the content. The name is a little long, but overall a good channel. Definitely worth checking out if you're into that kind of thing. FudgeMuppet, B. FudgeMuppet is taking this rank due to circumstance, really. I think they put a lot of work into their content. I think they're excellent content creators. But in the scheme of personal preference, when it comes to listing these channels in the order that I enjoy them, and based on the amount of Fallout content that they make, this is the rank that I'm going to be giving FudgeMuppet. But I would still say, check out their channel if you haven't checked it out. FudgeMuppet is a terrific Fallout and Elder Scrolls channel. Just great content. But a B ranking on this list due to just my personal preference. Joseph Anderson, B. I didn't feel comfortable putting Joseph Anderson much higher on this list because he isn't directly a Fallout channel. He's covered extensively a few Fallout games, and the videos that he has made on Fallout games are phenomenal. Some of the best videos I've ever seen, but they run a little long. His most popular going into the 2.5 hour mark. So some people might ignore these, but the views speak for themselves. The man has plenty of views on these videos, and that means that they're appealing to a very wide audience. I've personally watched all of his videos on Fallout games, analyses, and his comments on like the Fallout 4 1 year later video, which I think is a fantastic video. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't feel comfortable putting him much higher on this list because it's not strictly Fallout. And I'd even say if he was Elder Scrolls as well, just Fallout and Elder Scrolls or something like that. But he does a whole variety of things, so I didn't want him to be much higher on a Fallout YouTuber list. But one of the greats out there. He makes very, very in-depth videos on these games, and very, very much worth the time to sit down and watch them. JuiceHead, B. I'm giving JuiceHead a B rank because I have been following him for years, for a while, a long time. I think that JuiceHead does fair reporting on Fallout in a way, though I do think he favors Bethesda quite a bit. And there's nothing wrong with favoring Bethesda, but he puts off the vibe that he doesn't, so it kind of lowers him a little bit. He tries to seem not shilly, but he is, and we've all been there. We've all fanboyed out about Bethesda stuff and sounded shilly. So it's not like I'm trying to just call him out for being a shill or anything like that. I'm not. But some of his stuff is kind of clickbaity, though I do think he does report updates about Fallout and news about Fallout in a fair manner and in a timely manner. You will see updates for Fallout news and Bethesda news on JuiceHead's channel very quickly, which is nice. And in my opinion, that's worth subscribing to him and checking it out, because then you're gonna definitely be caught up on what's going on with Bethesda. Many a True Nerd. B. John from Many a True Nerd is going to be a victim of circumstance, much like others on the list. Very good channel. I love the Many a True Nerd channel. I love the content on Fallout. In fact, Fallout 3 is Better Than You Think is one of my favorite videos on the platform. I think it's very informative. Even if I don't agree with all of it, I think that the video did a very good job of explaining itself. And there's many more videos on the channel that are worth watching. Many a True Nerd is a great channel, but because of the other channels on this list and how I want to rank them and the way I like them more, he's gonna have to take the B. MrMattyPlays. D. I am not a fan of MrMattyPlays, to say it lightly. I don't enjoy the content that he puts out. I think it's too bubblegum. There's something about him that rubs me the wrong way. I'm not saying he's a bad dude. I'm not saying that there's nothing personal about him. It's just, it's not for me. And it never really has been. I've tried many times to check out his content. He's a very popular Fallout YouTuber. Just can't get into it. And so for that, I'm gonna have to take this D. Mitten Squad. S. Mitten Squad is hands down one of my favorite YouTubers. His videos are incredibly funny and also have a bit of challenge that you're not used to seeing in the games. One of the most recent ones that I've seen is Can You Beat Fallout 3, I believe, with just landmines. He comes up with excellent ideas to challenge himself in games, and I'm sure some of them are suggestions as well. Just overall, this guy does some cool shit with Fallout and the Elder Scrolls and many other games, but he plays a lot of Fallout, he plays a lot of Elder Scrolls, and almost all the videos are entertaining front to back and just a blast to watch. So Mitten Squad, you take this S, and if you haven't heard of Mitten Squad or haven't checked out his channel, immediately check the description where all of these channels will be linked, and check him out. He is one of the best. No Respawns. B. Another victim of circumstance. No Respawns lands at the B rank. The reason that No Respawns is landing here for me is because I actually just recently found his channel not too long ago, but I really enjoy what he has to offer. It's something new and something I don't see a lot of people doing in the Fallout community, and if there is a lot of this, I haven't seen it. But he makes some really cool builds. There's settlement builds, there's 76 builds, there's all kinds of cool shit on his channel, and I definitely recommend checking it out if you're into that whole kind of Minecraft vibe when it comes to the building stuff. Like he does some terrific builds. One of my favorites, and one of his most recent videos, is the Fallout 76 Mothman Cult Camp. It looks fantastic, and I highly recommend checking out his channel if you're interested in building stuff like that, building camps and settlements and stuff. The Thenthapple. S. Apple is hands down one of the best Fallout lore channels that you're going to find on the platform. There's no words that I can describe on how genuinely good this guy was at making videos, how passionate he was about it, and the way he covered it was fantastic. He hasn't made videos in a long time. Of course, my buddy SLB Productions has made a video about this, whatever happened to Thenthapple. I highly recommend checking that out, as we as a Fallout community miss him greatly. But also, we gotta respect the man's choice to step away from the platform. Regardless, go check out his videos. They're still up, and they're still enjoyable to this day. ShoddyCast. S. ShoddyCast is the producer of my favorite series on YouTube, which is the Storyteller series for the Fallout lore. One of, if not the best, Fallout-themed machinima that you're going to find on the platform. One of, if not the best, ways to learn about the Fallout lore in a broad sense, learning different stories, learning the stories of all the games. The Storyteller has it all. I wish and hope that we see it again, but I understand through what's going on with the channel over at ShoddyCast, after talking to Austin myself on Twitter, I can understand why the series hasn't continued as much as we'd like it to. I do wish the channel all the best with what it's doing, and of course I wish Austin nothing but the best in making content and continuing to grow that channel and make it into something he's proud of. But that Storyteller series is just hands down one of my favorite things of all time. It was so good, just all of it. It was so good, so well written, so well produced, so well filmed, everything. Hands down, you need to check it out if you haven't. Bottom line, TKs-Mantis, C. I'm giving this rank to Mantis because he's nothing but a milk-chasing clout bandit and needs to be stopped. He absolutely needs to be stopped. The clout chasing is out of control, and the tier lists are bad. I also heard that his mom's gay. Tomatoanus. S. the god of speedrunning Fallout, multiple world record holder, tomatoanus is a G and a homie, and I really like his channel. Since he started doing commentary on his videos, I've really enjoyed hearing his insight on speedrunning the games. It's not something that I'm used to doing, using glitches and going and doing speedruns, things like that, but I've watched him speedrun every game, back to back, things like that, and I just really appreciate someone bringing that kind of attention to Fallout, and I think he's a great Fallout player. I like his content on YouTube. S rank for being god tier world record speedrunner holder. Congratulations, you're gonna get props from me. Camelworks, S. I'm a big fan of Camelworks, and I especially like their Elder Scrolls content as well. They, obviously, I'm a big fan because they're taking this S rank, but the reason that they're taking this S rank is simply because I think the quality of the videos that they make and the information that they provide is pretty useful and pretty awesome. I'm a big fan of the channel. Bad puns aside, I think that most of the videos they put out are good. I agreed with them when they talked about 76. Just everything. I really like the channel, and I highly recommend you check it out. Widgeon TV. A. I absolutely love Widgeon TV's coverage of Fallout 76. I think a whole lot of people have looked away from some of the cooler parts of 76, and Widgeon has embraced it, especially his videos on the cryptids in the game. Phenomenal videos on those guys. He talks about the lore, goes through the holotapes, he films them. Great content on the cryptids especially. That's the content I'm vouching for most, and for that I think his channel is worth checking out. A rank from me, sir. Oxhorn. C. I'm giving Oxhorn the C rank because C stands for class. C is for class, and that's something that Oxhorn has a lot of. I don't know if you guys know this, but Oxhorn is the classiest Fallout YouTuber that exists. C is also for cigar. I don't know if you guys know this, but Oxhorn smokes a lot of cigars. He lets you know it by his profile picture. Oxhorn would catch the C regardless of class, and regardless of cigars, because I do think that his content has slipped. I think he does glorified playthroughs and calls them lore videos because he pieces together information from wiki pages, goes to find the things that he needs to find, records them, and then just kind of reads them like an article over his videos, which a lot of people do, but it's very obvious when Oxhorn does it, to me at least. Anyway, catch the C for all that class. So there it is, that's my list and I'm sticking to it. If you don't agree with me, please fight me. Overthrow your government, get a small army, and tell them to go to the comments in my video section and post about how I'm wrong. It really helps out the channel and puts out the good message about my channel. Also, I want to tell you that down in the description, not only can you find links to all of these channels that were mentioned, but you can also find a link to the tier maker list so you can make a Fallout YouTuber tier list of your own. Make sure to send those to me as soon in upcoming videos. I'm going to be showing them at the end. So, without further ado, let's go to thanking the Patreonoids and YouTube channel members that make this channel possible. These are people who are YouTube channel members or pledge $5 or more on Patreon. They are as followed: Hoppensada, Nathaniel, Skylar Masterson, Sorry Boy, Squiggles420, SS1234L, Edgy McGee, and Trevor Morris. As for YouTube channel members, we have James Meador, Corbin King, Kyle S., This Old Planeswalker, Triumph, Mark05790, Mark Train, James Starkey, Craniac Gaming, Skull and Suit, Sean Johnson, Coffee is Good, Samson Incorporated, Kim Jong-un, Cadenza, and Keckley. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the tag team champs of the world. These are people who pledge $5 or more on Patreon and are YouTube channel members, and they are as followed: Fireflare, Nero, Jay of the Jungle, Clay395, Bob Hunt, Lisbeth, TKS Gimper, Combat Carl, Jake Russell, Matt Jordan, Just55, and Server Lols. Thank you all for your support. You make this possible. I hope to see you in the next one. It has been Mantis.
I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day you die, you gon' touch the sky. You gon' touch the sky, baby girl. Testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day you die,